you were headed to the east, following the trail of Betty. After
We're going west.
you were headed east.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, did you hear Jill? She said east.
Why don't you ever listen to me?
Yeah. Damn, Joe.
Yeah.
Should have at least played it off as I thought you said west.
East.
So you've been heading east, following the trail of Betty. So far, you've made it a few days' travel, and you are now about another 2 days off from Harkin, which you know from what you've been told to be the headquarters, so to speak, of the Iron Legion. You were also attacked in the night by a number of trolls, which you managed to overcome. You guys head back to bed, finish your long rest, and it is now the next morning.
Good morning.
Not sure if that was a growl or a burp.
That was Etzley groaning alive.
It was both.
A grip?
Yeah, but it was Gert. It's hungry.
Oh,
Okay.
traveling east.
Weast.
East. Not Schnorf. Schnorf.
Schnorf.
Schnorf.
Well, you guys continue traveling east. And about just a little after you guys take break for lunch, you so about 1 o'clock in the afternoon,
Sandwiches.
you see what appears to be a small hamlet ahead of you.
A what?
Is it that hamlet right there?
A hamlet.
What's that?
It's
smaller.
It's a person.
a hamlet is between like it's only a few hundred people. A town is about a village is between 500 to 1,000. Anything over 1,000 is a town. If you get into the range of, I think, 5,000 plus, it becomes a city.
So yeah, it's 10.
Yes, it's 10. You would guess there's probably about maybe 200 people total that live in the area. And that's including the surrounding farms.
We approach, we're at an oblet.
It's an omelet.
I
Omelet?
don't know.
That's Tyler.
Yeah.
You mean Hamlet?
I know what I said, and I said what I meant. And I meant
That's
what I
right.
said.
Are you getting it thrown in the oubliette in the hamlet?
What's an omelet?
Do they serve omelets? Ham omelets?
That I'll say some
A
ham
hamlet?
Ham
Okay,
omelet in the
continue.
hamlet in the oubliette? And as you get there, you run into a scene that somehow echoes of something you've seen before. A number of what you recognize clearly as Iron Legion men.
Having different back. Nobody.
Oh my god, not again.
They appear to have a lineup of a number of the local villagers. And several other villagers are standing outside their houses looking on at what is happening.
Oh, great.
This is the perfect opportunity for some sort of sneaky cat.
Yeah, but then we might not be able to like act in time. Is my only concern.
I mean, as far as we see, it's a lineup. Unless we're actually driving through the hamlet.
Oh my gosh.
Riding through the hamlet.
Where's Allie?
Yep, let me grab her.
Or I could just cast Pass Without a Trace and we could just be on our way.
Were you just saying that we need to react? Why do I have a... There's something
You there?
that wasn't there before.
Oh, I think it was there. You just don't.
On my character.
That's weird. Why is that weird?
Oh, I mean,
These spell sheets are weird.
What's new?
this raised dead thing.
Oh, no, I put that in
Oh.
to show what that spell was.
Oh,
We were
okay.
just clear what spells can raise the dead.
You can
It's like, Joe, what are you telling me?
you can just ignore that. We might have created Prayer of Healing last year. I don't have it It's wonky.
So what does everyone do?
I mean, do they see us?
Quite plainly.
And they're not like reacting to seeing us?
Not as of yet. I mean, a handful of them are looking your direction, but they aren't doing too much yet. And you notice that most of the hubbub seems to be happening right here at the lineup.
The lineup.
Are they saying anything at the lineup?
What was that?
Are they saying anything at the lineup, or are they just standing?
Make a perception roll. So you can definitely make out. What? Such a waste! Double nat 20? What were the odds? They went all your nat 20s for the night, Sam.
Andre?
What are you doing?
I guess.
I mean, might as well.
Well, everyone but Etzli and Titus, so Xenophia, Thorkel, and Beck, can clearly hear. I mean, Etzli and Titus can see they're speaking, but you can't make out what they're saying. Xenophia, Thorkel, and Beck clearly make out the fact that it sounds like they're a press gang, and they're conscripting people.
And I take it that people don't look happy about it.
Most definitely not. You would describe their facial expression as sullen accepted.
Well, I mean, they're not burning their houses down. They're not outright trying to kill them. So, I mean,
This is back on the wagon.
I'm not particularly inclined to stop them.
I mean, you could ask them, like, what, I guess, you know. So are we gonna, like, go? Because we still have to go through this town.
The question is, do we politely wait? Or do we see if they'll move?
Why don't you want to stop these people?
Because they are not directly harming them. It's a conscription. It's the difference between extortion and, outright murder.
Okay, then I'll at least step forward and like yell at these people and be like, "What's going on?"
As you start to step forward, you see one of the guys off to the side move over and essentially tries to not completely get in your way, but make it obvious that if you go any further, he might have to act. He just says, "It's Iron Legion business.
No kidding. But what are they doing?
We're conscripting some new recruits. It look like."
I mean, these people don't exactly look very happy and willing to go with you.
Most people aren't when it comes to conscription.
No one else is gonna back me up here.
There isn't. I don't have a.
There ain't no homes here. No lot of homes.
All right, let me. What is the varying age of the people here that they're trying to conscript?
Like late teens, early 20s mostly.
Yeah, see, that doesn't really start. Yeah.
What you would expect if you only wanted to pick the most apt for joining military service. Like they're obviously not conscripting out of desperation. You'd guess the youngest would probably be like 16.
I mean, yeah, I really don't have a particular problem with this.
Okay.
If you want, you can have a problem with it. I mean, of course, we'll back you up then, but...
Is anyone going to act on anything then? If no one does anything, after about another minute or so of the seeming officer in charge berating these new recruits, they are marched off to the wagon at the end of the street. And with that, the rest of the Iron Legion start to head out as well.
They're probably recruiting people because we've killed so many of them.
It's a possibility. I just... Like if I had seen one of them beating the shit out of one of the villagers, yeah, I'd probably step in. But I mean...
Well, yeah, agreed.
They're going along with it.
The morality of the situation is not clearly defined. They're not doing anything illegal, technically speaking.
The only reason. Oh, sorry.
It might not be a popular thing to do, but it's not an illegal or immoral thing by any standard.
The only reason we acted back at the farm was they were burning the house with women and children in it because they didn't pay taxes that I'm assuming they already paid because they said they paid. Then the only reason that we fought them on the hot road is because, well, their charges really didn't seem fair. At least Titus's view. He acted in defense of the people. People serve the Empire. The Empire is the Emperor. So on and so forth.
Regardless, you end up following behind them for a few hours. But round about 3 hours after you leave the hamlet, you notice that the trail that you've been following, which following Betty's trail is relatively easy in all honesty, turns off southward into the forest.
Yeah, will we follow it or should we go to the town?
The objective right now is to find Betty. So we can put a stop to the giant queen.
Okay, let's go south.
I'm sorry, Kelly. I know you wanted to save him, but there was nothing that would incline my character to do so.
You guys head off the beaten trail, and now it becomes at least a little bit harder to follow Betty's tracks. We're going to need another survival check to make sure you can keep following them. At least
Do this.
Lord Cal's got this.
I suppose. Wow, Beck. Wow.
Beck is currently napping in the back of the wagon.
Yep.
Honestly, I could see him really doing that.
While between, namely Zanofka, Edsley, and Thorkel, you manage to find the trail and keep following it. However, night eventually falls, and you make camp.
I'm gonna put my hand crossbow by my bed and go to sleep.
Who is taking what watch?
I'll take the second watch.
Don't need to watch. I have the hammer.
Oh yeah, there's a hammer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'll take first watch because I don't need as much sleep.
So Zanofka is taking first watch.
I'll take second. Yeah.
And Edsley takes second watch. So, you guys make camp. The axe never gives any warning. The night passes uneventfully. You wake in the morning.
You say axe?
Oh, it's a hammer, isn't it?
Hammer. Like, I don't know. When the hammer axe started making noise.
Hammer does not ever make any noise. Night passes. You wake in the morning, prep yourselves some breakfast, and begin heading out again.
You don't cook breakfast. Brian pulls it out of the bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I cook it.
Well, no, it's already cooked. I think you pull out a feast. Well,
That's way to roll.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all you roll.
I'm just imagining him pulling like, sausage links. And put sausage links on the bag.
Doesn't he have to roll to see how it is?
Yeah, if he wants to. Otherwise, it just produces an average feast.
I can. Think about me.
You can have him roll. He can get. Oh, yep.
Oh yeah, that's.
Quality.
I was gonna say, I think that's aristocrat.
These are some good sausages.
Three.
Need to eat the sausage that used to go.
But they're beef, not pork. Regardless, you continue, and after about, what time do you guys think you leave in the morning?
I was doing that if we finish eating the beef sausage.
Everyone agree that 8 is what time your party heads out?
Oh, it's
Sounds good.
Yeah, about a decent.
Right. Well, you continue following after Betty's trail, and after another 3 hours of travel, you finally hear ahead of you sounds that sound familiar, and you pick up your pace just a bit, and just another few feet in front of you, you manage to finally catch up to Betty.
We're in the forest.
You are in the forest.
Okay, I'm like, how could we not see her from a small distance away? She's like 18 feet tall.
Currently in a thick east.
Yep.
I shall never forget random details about things.
Sorry, 7 tall.
It was close enough, 17, 18. Derailed to battle.
Betty.
Never
Well, y'all did catch up after all.
Well, of course.
Betty.
We promised.
I was kind of hoping on that. That's why I kept my pace a little slow, just in case you'd had time to catch up.
Why kind of you?
Anywho, I was figuring we should all get back over to a village on account of, well, we done did what we said we were gonna do. Or at least got as close as we could. I'd say those hydras and that one other dragon thing, he probably counted as good as anything else. It's a green dragon.
What did you have in mind, Betty? Said you had kind of a plan.
Well, I was hoping that maybe with y'all's help, we could perhaps try to... What was that?
Continue.
We could perhaps see about doing away with the queen.
Like, doing away, or
Don't
That-
doing away?
That's what it takes. I'm worried it might, because as it stands, she's still the biggest.
Who is the second biggest?
Well, it should be me now, unless things have changed since I've been gone.
Does anyone have any illusion spells to make things appear bigger or smaller?
Oh, you got Spirit of the Dying, Light, Safe Flame, like a Mender.
So that's
Never
enough.
mind.
Yeah.
Have enlarge reduce, but I would need.
Enlarge Betty.
It would interest eyes cap up by 1.
Okay. I mean, hey, Ben, how
Under
far
the-
away is the village?
At this point, should be, well, at your pace, about another 2 days.
Okay. Then, yeah, by that point I can use enlarge reduce on... Oh, it only works for a minute. I don't think that's gonna help us.
Unfortunate.
Unless we knew from it,
Four count.
yes. Or enlarge me. Ra, Kajira, Kajira. Yes,
You're already cool enough.
So I have like snow.
you know, I really like this guy. Even though I'm uglier than the rear end of a dragon, he still says I'm pretty cool.
There's no restrictions to cool when you eat, but only other than the fact that you're either cool or you're not. Poor Thorkin.
Hell,
Let's hear what the hell is.
do you want some water for that bird?
God. Anyway, yeah, I don't see why not. Why?
At least just start by talking to her and figuring out our...
Battery of hope.
All right. Well, after you reunite with Betty, she slows down to your pace even more so, and you guys continue traveling. You travel for the next 2 days. Things are uneventful. Make camp each night, and eventually, you begin to approach what essentially looks like a large. It kind of reminds you of like a beaver dam.
Interesting.
Seeing beavers.
of water.
Beaver Dam.
Is this part of the village, Betty?
Well, that up there is the main hall, so to speak.
Any advice on how we should approach this?
Carefully.
You are a treasure, Betty. Never forget that. Well then, we will carefully approach the village. Anyone need to do anything to prep?
I am. Yeah, I'm clicking stuff.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get my crossbow ready, and just in case.
Well, then, We should go in with our weapon. She.
Yep. I'm just gonna have it ready.
Mine's axe.
You'll figure out a way.
Well, able to see them, so
It's very blurry for me. Where? Oh, we're over here. But yeah, it's extremely blurry, but yeah, I can see myself.
I just see black.
you mean the bottom right corner.
I just saw black.
Bottom right corner.
There we go.
Now,
Okay. I see.
Oh, it was a lot more impressive the way you made it sound.
it does appear that they've dammed up a kind of river that comes down from the mountainside, and they've essentially built, at the very least, what the main building you see appears to be a large hall, for lack of a better term. It's not of the best construction, but I mean, you've definitely seen worse. Also, once again, this is not a staple of hill giants at all.
Yeah.
Betty, were you here for the creation of this? Gross.
Cool. Bunch of drums.
Also, everything surrounding you is literally just dozens upon dozens of sheep.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
let's
the
go
sheep.
with that.
I'm assuming they're kind of sheep. I'm not sure.
Since my screen is so blurry, they kind of just look like rocks.
Yeah.
Betty tells me that she was here for at least part of it. It had already started before her family moved in to join this village, and that it was mostly done under the direction of a couple of hobgoblin architects, engineers.
Hobgoblins.
Damn hubs.
Just continue following her in then.
All right, so you guys just follow her up to the door.
Daryl!
Barrel. Yeah. It was ugly.
As you approach the door, you see a hill giant. It is not Daryl.
It's a werewolf.
And as Betty approaches, she calls out, "How's it going, Hank?"
His wife named Betty. Or Peggy.
Technically.
We sell propane accessories.
And he just responds, "It's been a while since you've been around, Betty. You've been gone a long time. I don't think I remember you being that big." Betty just kind of nods. Well, more squeaking chairs.
That's me.
He says that, "We need to get inside. I got me some business with the queen." He kind of looks over Betty's shoulder. "Is them there appetizers?"
He's been setting us up this whole time.
Betty just responds, "No, they're not. Now, would you please kindly let us in?" He steps to the side as best he can to make room. It's real awkward trying to watch those two get by each other. And everybody can now go into the main hall.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should probably get off our horses, Andre. I really don't feel like leaving them here.
That is disturbing.
I don't want to go in there. So, can I find a place to tie my horse?
You sure this
I can't see, Salmon. It's blurry.
hill giant does the workshop Nurgle?
Can't see that tree right there.
Am I gonna have to tell you for a fifth time?
That's gross. Holy hill giant worship
Yeah.
Nurgle.
Blurry.
There's a tree right there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tie my horse up right there.
The only one that, like, does it look like all the tokens are, like, partially see-through?
No.
No.
No, as long as the queen is like dark. That's about it.
Yeah, it's a black and white picture.
That queen looks like she.
I'm glad
Worship
it's black and
Nurgle.
white. It was
Yeah,
the
leaving
color
your-
of the owners.
Gonna go up to with her. Oh, no. Lord. I see a human.
Yeah, there's some humans, some goblins, hobgoblins.
Look, we drew.
No, we can never replace Drew. Okay, I'll be right back before we get too far into that.
There's a hole in those though.
Well,
Oh yeah. We have to bring what's her name? The one horn mentor, Ellie.
For anyone that's curious, this is the actual portrait of the queen.
That is still disturbing. It is. It's a worship of Nurgle.
Well,
Yeah. So yeah. Why not? Go big or go home, Sam. I was thinking they're remaking that Demon Prince. You know that, Joe?
They're what?
They're redoing a Demon Prince. It was like the one with the BA apostrophe, then whatever.
Oh, or
Yeah,
the first prince. Yep, I saw that.
they're redoing it. There's a guy, he tattooed. You know that meme from Skyrim? Arrow to the knee? Some guy tattooed that on his knee, on his leg. Arrow to the knee. Ooh. No.
okay, I'm back.
Right. You've entered the main, and within it are a number of other hill giants, as well as what appear to be, for lack of a better term, feral-looking ogres. They've been amongst the hill giants for a long time. Yes. They definitely don't appear to have any of resemblance to the ogres you've seen that come from the Caliphate. As well as, in the background, you notice that there's a number of goblins doing, like, odd jobs, primarily, like, cleaning up all the spilled food and drink everywhere, all over.
They got goblin maids or butlers.
At the end of this massive hall sits the ginormous hill giant queen, Queen Peggy. And she currently sits essentially on what is a very badly damaged wagon that she has made into her throne.
I can see now. Oh god.
The horrors. Well, you should see what Peggy looked like, Tyler.
I can see what Peggy looks like. I could see what.
The color picture of Peggy.
Ah,
The Nurgle worshiper.
is that a well?
That's what that is. Yeah, like it told Sam. Go big or go home.
I said. Wait, is that a shield? I want that shield.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to touch that.
I like her nose piercing.
Scimitar.
Not in 1,000 years.
But as everybody comes in, essentially, like back when you first came in, you heard her in her disgustingly awful, somewhat gurgly voice call out, "Who enters?"
Or gargoyle.
Order.
The giant, the hill giant slayer.
well, Betty, the biggest of us, so she speaks for us.
Actually, I would say the biggest one out of us would either be me or Allie.
Okay, but like Betty's in our, we're part of Betty's party.
Well, in height, maybe.
Regardless,
240 pounds.
regardless, the queen.
You're only 200, 40, 250.
Damn. But yes, regardless, Joe.
As Betty starts to step forward, Queen Peggy actually starts to recognize her, but you can see what appears to be an attempt to sit forward, and you just hear the awful creaking of the wagon underneath her.
It's a pretty big wagon.
You would say, judging by her leg to torso ratio, she can't actually sit up on her own. It's gonna need people to pick her up.
She's attempting to lean forward as best she can. I'm not saying she's doing a good job.
Nor do I.
My theory.
I feel her pain.
But as she goes, "Is that you, Betty?" "It is. And I've come because I think that you are running this place into the ground.
all gonna die.
Yep. Get ready to fight, guys. I'll take these ones. You guys take those ones.
I make food. I don't fight.
Torkel, you get
Sorry.
that one.
I'll take them all.
Want to interject anything then, actually, or no?
Nope. I'm gonna slow. No.
I just want to keep listening for a little while longer.
So is this like stone or is this wood?
It's all wood.
I think we're on a tree.
No, it's just wood.
Oh.
Big wooden building.
I'm gonna burn this place down if we need to.
Burn this motherfucker down.
Regardless, a slight argument ensues where Peggy claims that Betty isn't half big enough to dare challenge her rulership. But Betty claims this isn't about who's big enough, but who's right.
Good job, Betty.
What the people or the other giants around look like? I mean, what are their facial expression?
They're all like, literally, they look at Peggy when she's speaking. They look over, look back to Peggy. Some of them are kind of scratching their head. Some of them are like rubbing their chins as if they're trying to think real hard.
I didn't expect much else.
In the corner, you see two goblins start taking bets.
I want to take bets too. Let me join you guys.
We get in on that action.
We're just all over by this barrel. Place bets.
Thanks for the
So, Joe, what are these right here?
Those appear to be some kind of like, essentially vents leading to a lower floor.
Are they big enough for us to fall through?
Not to completely fall through, but if you weren't careful, you might get like your entire leg stuck in one.
Or that Torkel? What's up your leg?
Yeah.
I figure you could just chop with your leg.
Eventually, an awkward silence falls over the entire room. Eventually, but Peggy breaks the silence and says,
Well, I'll ignore your insult and pretend that this never happened. Now, got some little snacks behind you, don't you? Why don't you bring those for?
Oh, hell no.
Can't leash a arrow to her eye.
I'll give you a snack. Here's a wooden snack with a sharp pointy bit.
Yeah, right here, next to me.
She's probably I'm gonna save the interest.
are you guys going to say anything?
See a lot of hill giants in this village. I didn't think hill giants congregated like this.
Or they don't.
Normally.
You're saying that out loud.
Yes.
Well, of course, family. These are all my husband.
I feel sorry for them.
At that note, you see Betty cross her arms as best she can, to some extent. Not really.
Not really.
Give a rather disgusted look at Queen Peggy.
Don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Go there. Wish you could get a jewel, shouldn't we too?
We're actually diet snacks. You get smaller if you eat us.
Wait. Oh, wait, no.
Well, that don't make any sense. Eating don't make you smaller, little gnat.
He starts eyeing Titus up, licking her lips. Hank has stepped through.
I was gonna
Damn, Hank.
just cut off a piece of Ed's spleen and eat it and then tell and Benafia use reduce on me.
No, all we gotta do is reduce Peggy.
Okay, can we clearly tell that Peggy is way larger than Betty?
I mean, yes, technically speaking.
By that wagon look, yeah.
If
She's like the size of her wagon.
she's not tall or she's just really, really, really fat.
Hold on a second. Do the men around us look dumb enough that if we shrunk her, they would see Betty as like the biggest female for that minute?
I mean, what do you
Well,
think?
yeah, Betty can beat up, her.
Let's do it.
We can get up there.
Is it a touch?
It's a 30-foot range.
So you don't gotta get close enough.
And to make a Constitution saving throw. Mm-hmm. But
Does reduce only work on living things?
yes, no, you can do it on an object.
They want you to reduce your fucking wagon just hitting them. But I suppose that'd be more of a compliment.
Make Salmon's hammer even bigger.
Have a hammer.
Or
I have
axe.
a hammer.
Actually, no,
we had
I can't use it.
I am gonna step forward then.
Hey, turkey tonight.
Anyone know prestidigitation?
I do.
You can make things taste bad, right?
Yeah. Why?
Lick someone else and then start throwing up. Like, yeah, see, diet food that makes you throw up.
I mean, I can do that already. I'll just lick Thorkel and I'll throw up.
How did I get to become the licking object?
How did I become the one everybody's just gonna cut up?
Start stepping forward. Peggy says,
Is the first course coming up now?
No, it's the appetizer.
I don't know. You don't seem so big to me. And then I can't, enlarge reduce. I cast it. Boom.
See?
Because I don't have anything to click on for it since it's like,
"What is your DC?"
oh,
Spell safety.
You are very lucky.
define lucky.
As you say that, suddenly, Queen Peggy, starts to. It's very slow at first, and then all of a sudden, she starts to drastically get smaller.
She's the fake.
Now we can kill her.
At which
Your
point,
queen-
At which point, all the hill giants in the room gasp, and Queen Peggy starts freaking out and rolling around slightly with the upper back.
Go sit on her, Betty.
What did you do? What did you do?
I told you, we're diet food. The closer we get to you, the smaller you're gonna get.
What have you done to my glorious girth? Ah!
It seems to me that Betty is the biggest one in here now.
At that, Betty puts her hands on her hips and smiles.
I do think I am the biggest now. Witchcraft! You've gotten the help of a vile sorceress. You've stolen my glorious girth. Give it back to me. What have you done with it?
It's down this hole.
Speaking of, if we remove the grates, would she fit?
She would now.
Are you gonna push her down there?
Just drop
Can I see
something.
what's down there? Like how deep it is? And what is it?
Yeah, you can see. It appears to be there's essentially a basement made out of maybe a natural cave.
How far down is it? Oh, he has a mischievous.
Jesus.
Jesus. We have them.
You'd guess somewhere in the realm of between 30 and 40 feet.
Let's get her down there out of sight, and then she reverts back.
And then get stuck.
Do we hear running or water down below?
You do not.
Damn.
We opened up the dam, and she was down there.
Also, at the sound of this, you see a bunch of goblins come running out of the back room to see what's going on.
Movies.
Good lord.
and then shoving past all the goblins and even actually pushing that hill giant out of the way, you see another slightly smaller but two-headed giant walk out.
Great.
And then he gasps as well in disbelief.
Your IQ is to our advantage.
My queen, what has happened?
And the other head goes,
How could this be?
Well, Betty, as now the biggest in the room, it looks like you have a say in what goes on now.
Also, Peggy is currently just flailing around, attempting awfully to kick her arms and legs, but like failing at it essentially. She leans way down next to Xenophi, and Betty says, "How long do I got roundabout?"
Oh no, Betty.
30 seconds.
Well, I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah, roughly at this point.
Yeah. So either you hide her quick or kill her quick. You have an option here.
All right then. She stands back up and says, "I believe it is obvious to all here that I am now the biggest." You see all the hill giants start kind of nodding and agreeing with one another. Yeah, she looks pretty big. Yeah, gotta say. And as such, we don't need you no more.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Let the hate, the fear, join the dogs. Do it. Oh dear.
It's just back to us.
It's not like she can move, so
Betty appears to be trying to lift Peggy, but even in her smaller state, she's still having. Or wait, no, she's got a size category difference. She has advantage.
darn right she does, Joe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In which case, even it's with a fair bit of effort. It's definitely difficult. You see Betty essentially pick up Peggy.
And then slam her on her kneecap and snap her back.
Like the fact you roll the same. That's the first
Yeah.
thing I say is eater.
Bite her head off.
That'd be cannibalism. We don't do all that.
Sorry. We're murder hobos.
All the time here. So
She threw her out the window.
She does. There's now a massive hole in the wall as she throws the giant. I mean, still relatively speaking, giant.
There was a person under her.
Oh, there is.
there was a person. I don't know if they're alive anymore.
Joe, but damn, I was not expecting.
Collateral damage.
Now there's a massive hole in the wall where there was kind of a window there. It wasn't a very good window, but it was a window.
Bigger window.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no,
a
it's a
big
bigger
window.
window.
So I'm assuming by now, since she got yeeted out the window, she comes back to her original size.
What's out that window?
Water now.
There was a lake outside that window.
she cannibal.
So she's gonna drop.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Is that lake
Fast
still good?
forward.
Good
Oh
path?
man, that poor guy.
Is anyone going over to check out that window?
I'm gonna look out the window.
Gorkel's going
Window.
to see that window.
After a few more seconds, no one but you. I mean, everyone kind of looked. All the hill giants kind of looked that way, but now they're all very focused on Betty, as she's declaring herself the new. She's not declaring herself queen, but she's declaring herself in charge.
Good.
And you do see Peggy return to her normal size. And not only that, but she's very buoyant. She's floating.
Oh crap!
You get to go over there and turn her.
Currently, all the giants are very focused on Betty.
Yeah.
And
How did
Peggy is like spluttering and attempting to flail. What now?
You just
So-
gotta wait until she slowly turns herself over and starts to drown.
I was gonna say, since they're all looking that way, could I try to stealthily shoot her? But I have advantage.
I can jump out the window, turn into a shark.
You could.
You really want
You
to
want
buy
to
that?
eat that? Yeah.
I was gonna say,
It's roughing.
you don't know where that's been.
Oh, okay. Plesiosaurus.
But
Does your what was it? Earthbind?
Could be just
Yeah, I still have that.
Because it pulls it down to the ground, right?
Does.
oh. Which you two got the rod on the move all?
It's like
Move
3
rock.
feet, right? I don't know how high up we are.
Okay, you two got the rod?
Yeah, but it doesn't. It just prevents things from moving the rod. It doesn't necessarily push her down.
Oh, 300 feet. I think she'll be fine.
And all you have to do is speak something because it's only verbal.
Mhm.
Eat a dick.
But it does say an airborne creature.
An airborne creature affected by the spell safety.
Oh,
She ain't an airborne creature.
However,
true.
you see the yellow bands appear, but she does not appear to be moving down. Well, actually, because she has nothing to brace herself against, so I'm gonna say that's an automatic failure.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you see the yellow bands of energy appear around her as she starts sinking beneath water.
You just have to concentrate for up to a minute.
I'm just gonna wave at her.
Already counted.
That's the only go in.
What was that?
We're both waving. It's like,
I mean,
wow, that was a really cruel way to actually deal with her.
what? Oh my god, I wasn't expecting to go that smoothly.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have failed the reduce, and then we'd help you did.
Yeah.
It was a hit or miss.
You literally won that roll by 1. She rolled a 15.
Damn.
I also gave her disadvantage because she had no idea it was coming.
Yeah, diet food gets you every time.
Yeah.
But yes, it would seem that all the giants in the room have they're all in agreement. Betty is biggest.
What about
Yay.
Peter?
He seems pretty upset, but he's not saying anything.
Damn straight, he won't say anything.
You don't have something else there too.
If he knows what's good for him.
Now, would she drown on that for?
She would definitely drown. She's not exactly an experienced swimmer.
Or Walker.
Freaking out. Panicking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, Betty just kind of looks at the broken wagon.
The dead poor man.
She kind of turns her lip at how disgusting all the stuff is there. But there's also a bunch of stuff laying there, and so she calls out to everyone, the party. Everyone's like, "Y'all did help me with this. Is anything here that interests you?" It's not much.
I mean, what?
I'm gonna head over there and look through it. I'm guessing that's dank.
I just want to go to the nearest cavern and drink my memory of that fat bitch away.
Mhm. So what's there, Joe?
Make an investigation roll.
Oh,
Jesus.
I don't want to be anywhere near this stinky stuff. No one wants to be near this.
John. We're all
Oh, God.
trusted.
Which two disgusting demon?
Now investigate.
Alec, use investigate.
She could get
She
there.
doesn't care.
I mean, whatever I get from here,
Intelligence
I'm
or
going.
wits based?
It's intelligence.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have probably got it a little higher, but no.
Nope. I got the highest.
Nah, Betty, we're good. This is your win. Good job. Happy birthday.
Heck, even with the investigation, you still find stuff.
Like what?
Oh, it'd all be warm too.
Yep.
Just swinging it around.
Damp.
Yeah. That's juice.
See, when they got so prestidigitation to get rid of all that ungodly smell.
Well, enough. Roll a d4.
That's gross. You rolled a 1. I look for disappointed in you.
So you find at least 3 items of particular interest. One appears to be a set of bracers.
Ooh.
The other is it looks very out of place. It looks to be an oceanic conch shell.
Man.
And last but not least is a trident.
Holy
She a sea elf?
There also appears to be just a bunch of random stuff mixed in.
Is there any like shields,
Is there his underwater jug?
weapons? Excuse me.
Excuse me. Hold on, I heard from Tyler.
If you didn't hear anything
There's a
before that,
whole
that's
lot
good.
of just random scattered coin all through there if you're willing to pick through it.
I'm just gonna start grabbing whatever's closest to me, and yeah,
Plus the trident would fit in the bag of holding.
Well, technically.
Yeah.
If the
carefully,
The pocket.
carefully,
yeah, carefully.
wrap the tips of it in something. Because if you puncture that bag of holding, you lose everything in that bag.
I don't know, like, well, what's
400 pounds of coin. Is it drop on you?
No, it doesn't drop on you. It vanishes. It literally like implodes.
what kind of check would I make to investigate the trident?
I mean, it's a trident. What are you trying to investigate about it?
Magical properties?
Are you sure it's a trident? Could it be a bident?
The trident.
Can you count to 3?
You could either cast detect magic, or if you had it identified.
Yeah.
How much scrolls of identity I cast?
There's also a small wooden coffer.
I want
A small wooden coffer.
It's a coffer box.
to. Can I pick that up?
There's a life-size wooden statue of a grinning halfling smoking a pipe.
Oh, hell yeah!
Pog, how'd you get here?
You said halfling. I was a gnome.
Oh yes.
There's a it's pretty flat now, but there's a hat that's got a fancy feather in it, as well as 5 carnelians.
Alien.
It's a type of
Just
gem.
get
Flower.
that.
A flower pot carved from jade with green dragons on it.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I actually feel like I remember that from something I was reading.
And off to the side is, you now notice it without her massive bulk taking all your attention. There is a pretty decent sized wooden puppet theater, along with some gold string puppets.
Gold.
I don't want
string.
any part of that.
I pick it up.
I
Oh,
How many
it's pretty
puppets?
big. You're gonna need to put this in the wagon.
That's like help.
Yep. I want that coffee.
If anyone remembers, take the puppet set from The Sound of Music.
Oh. Okay.
Never seen it.
I don't know.
Imagine when no one's looking. Torkel makes sock puppets.
You just have to stop.
I don't know.
You
The only
let-
thing that of interest that you've said so far that interests me is the bracers and the coffer. I mean, I will pick up the coffer.
All right, you pick up the coffer.
Does it have detect magic or detect magic?
Can I open it?
You can open it. It's unlocked.
Okay, I open it.
Inside are 6 small bottles.
Don't just drink.
I close it.
6 of us.
All right.
I think we got
Flower
what we need.
pot, shell, and the trident. I mean, I'd
Can I-
like just hold on to for now to investigate the
Can-
later.
I was gonna say, can I take the bracers from you?
I do it with detect magic.
You have it prepared?
Yeah.
So, there's magic coming from the bracers, the trident, and the conch shell.
I
All
like
hail,
it.
hail the holy conch.
Is there no magic coming from the hat?
Magic coming from the hat.
Just very.
What about the puppets?
No magic
The
coming from the
puppets.
puppets.
Okay, if there's magic coming from the puppets, I'd be a little afraid.
Well, we got what we need.
I shall not all hell the con. All hell Lewis. Oh,
Oh, Chad, go
So-
ahead.
I'm gonna carve a new statement into the conch shell.
I'm going to turn around and thank Betty. You know, kind of bow to the queen. No.
Oh, are you saying that?
Well, yes, I thank her, and then I kind of, bow a little bit.
That ain't necessary.
What?
We don't do that here.
So what's the plan now?
Making it
Well, if we're gonna stay here, we're gonna need to find a better way to feed everyone. Otherwise, no, might have to break it up. Especially seeing as I'm not taking all of them as my husbands.
Yeah, some of them aren't good looking. Like all of them. Especially him.
He has double the brain power. Most of them.
Double the brain. One brain times two is still just one.
2.
I haven't had a brain day. But I didn't turn my brain on this morning, so don't hurt my face.
And when the Team 4-star looks like one cell divided, or yeah, 2 cells divided by 1 is just 1. Like,
I can't wait today. Got the dumb.
got it.
Hey, I basically today I was pulling Etsley the entire time. I was just like, somebody would say something, I'm like, I didn't have Andre there. I knew exactly what you mean. Let's do that.
And at this point, she also, Betty looks to the two-headed giant and says, could you get rid of that and get an actual chair, maybe? She says, pointing to the wagon. At which he looks over at all the goblins standing behind him. You heard her. And the other head says, yep. All the goblins start grumbling and they start grabbing chunks of the wagon, hauling it away as best they can in their little armfuls. Also, everyone make perception rolls.
Yeah.
Titus, Zanafia, and Beck see this goblin doing a happy little dance, and this goblin looking the other way angrily.
He lost the bet.
Oh, good. That's what's going on with the butt. Go shake him down for some money. We have the
pretty good, stupid.
Time move on.
Well, Betty, is there anything we can help you with, or do you want us to battle? You can do your leadership thing.
I don't really know what I'm gonna do here, but I guess we'll figure things out as we go. Also, where's Daryl at? At which point, all the giants kind of look the other way.
Uh-oh.
Skadios.
The queen ate him.
She starts
Treated
looking around
something.
a little more concerned.
There's the dead body on the wagon.
That's a normal-sized body.
Darn it.
She looked over
I
at
didn't
the
think
two-headed giant.
we set up by that.
She looks over to the two-headed giant. Oinker. Where's
Winker.
Daryl? You tell him, Boinker. To which the other head looks back. Why do I have to, Oink? The queen got angry at him about a week ago.
Didn't perform very well, I guess.
She locked him in one of the
Settled sounds sad.
Oh, that's an easy fix.
Betty looks utterly horrified.
Okay, maybe not.
He hasn't eaten in a week. He's probably small.
Well, let's go let him out then.
Are you saying that out loud?
Yes.
The two-headed giant says,
There ain't nothing to let out.
What else is in there?
well, the other head says,
There's nothing in there, but you ever leave a hill giant without food for a couple days?
They like disappear into nothing?
He ate himself
you saying that out loud?
under my breath. Quizzically.
Actually starved to death?
I'd imagine they go crazy from hunger. Maybe he actually does eat himself.
They got mighty big appetites, and they don't get around to eating. They go a little bonker.
Poor Daryl.
He ate himself to death.
Betty looks utterly distraught.
Betty, I'm so sorry.
Well, best we had the old dusty trail. See you later, betters. Don't actually say that, no.
Totally.
What was the queen angry at him for?
He brought in a dragon. He said that he let the other one get away, though.
At which point,
The queen's body.
as you've all been asking these questions, the two-headed giant kind of looks at you all and goes,
You rot with her then?
pointing at Betty.
I would say so, yeah.
Folks planning on staying?
Not we're after you, Betty.
Betty is not really focused on anything right now.
Yeah. Well, at least probably like
A little bit, maybe a day.
night.
The other head just goes,
Well, I gotta know how many to cook for. I'm the head chef.
Oh, really?
Yep, Betty.
What do you think?
That's what you think.
Hacha!
in which they go, the two heads, say, not completely together, but say,
We should probably introduce ourselves. We are the head chef.
the one on the left says,
I'm Oinka.
and the one on the right says,
And I'm Boinka.
I don't suppose the queen confided in you about anything, like her plans.
She said to keep the pork coming.
Those are good plans.
Mm-hmm.
Would there be anyone else around here that she would have confided in?
Considering how bright everyone else is, probably not. Yeah, we got twice as many brains as everyone else around here.
That still means just one.
everyone make perception rolls.
Oh, God.
Can we get insight roll instead?
Perception.
I want insight. Based on my rolls on these possessions.
Where is the Sam?
Books the Sam. He's blind.
Nafi and Edsley notice that Thorkel's playing with the puppets.
Yes. He doesn't explain
They're playing space engineers or something in the background, not even paying attention.
Oh, wow.
And he's playing with his puppets.
Yeah, I reckon we'll stay the night.
It's okay with Betty if we're invited.
Betty suddenly realizes that you've been talking to her and just kind of goes, "Yeah, you're welcome to stay."
Keep an eye on her.
Which Oinker says,
So you gonna be eating here then?
Nod my head, yes. But I mean, we had the bag of bounty. Wait, how many people does it say it feeds? Because it says it brings out a feast.
Well, center of these fuckers are one person. There's what, 6 of us? We won't do that much.
It doesn't say, it just says a feed.
Yeah. So I guess that'd be up to, Joe. How much would you say a feast is, Joe?
Is it relative to the hand that's pulling it out?
I'm going to base it off the spell Hero's Feast and say it can feed 12 medium-sized creatures.
Definitely not this.
Yeah.
Just cast enlarge on the food.
Cast enlarge on the bag of bounty. And then pull it out.
You shouldn't sure to fall back.
Egg sausages.
No.
You should get like big sausages.
Party with chips and meatballs. Go.
Giant.
So you guys are going to spend the night here?
Yep.
The way you say that, Joe, makes me want to think about it.
You guys, camping outside then? Or are you going to ask for somewhere to stay in here.
Camp outside.
Yeah.
All right. You guys make camp just outside. Anyone gonna set up any kinds of watch?
Yeah, I'll watch.
I'll take second watch.
I don't believe in watching. Oh, my hands all the work. Pew pew pew.
Just a quick question. I know
42.
she's drowned and dead, but does she like sink to the bottom, or is she like still buoyant?
Oh, she's quite buoyant. There's just a really fat body floating in the lake, but it's slowly drifting further out to the lake.
You'd rather than our side or either.
Just thinking we should probably try to get her out of there because she's gonna contaminate the drinking water.
Why does everybody have an accent now?
Don't have one?
This is an entire like lake, and on top of that, it's been dammed up, so the water level is high.
Damn.
So, I mean, I don't think usually even a giant-sized corpse would contaminate an entire lake. Also, it probably would get eaten by the various just things in the lake.
Yeah.
Watch her Prometheus power, Kelly.
I mean, I could at least try to like.
The Loch Ness Monster's real.
Can I make her body taste good to the fishies?
Gross.
At least 1 square foot of it.
Your foot.
If she floated too far out of range for you to be able to do that.
Her big toe tastes like roast beef.
Well, at least as long as she's going out and coming in, what I'm leaving it. Fine.
All right.
Yep.
Earth in nature.
So you guys make camp outside.
Yep.
And, you still got a couple hours. You spend your time in the feast hall, or
Did we didn't ever identify the dice? I thought we didn't we?
You didn't know.
Oh, no.
That it's ever seen it before.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a well made to find out, Tyler.
Roll.
I want to put on the bracers.
all
I
right.
don't know what to do.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't know what to do. But
No, they're magical.
what do they look like?
They're fine leather bracers.
I'll risk it for the biscuit.
I don't have a remove curse. Spell.
Put them on.
App. Put them on.
They're
Do they look nice?
they do look nice.
Oh, fancy.
When you take them off, they kill you.
Well, I just wanted to try one before bed, so I'm gonna take them off, and
The conch shell and trident.
Yeah, make
we
one.
already
for
know
each.
they're magical. Wait, can I Arcana check, like identify the magic?
Generally no.
No.
You
So
can
what
spell
would you do,
identify. If you got a net 20, I might allow something special to happen, but
Well, can I do an Arcana check on the bracers?
yeah. No, you don't. I mean, they're magical. All these items are magical, but you all knew that, so.
Okay, I'll just hold on to it till we get back to town.
Well, I'm gonna take off my armor and go to bed. Well, no, it's like I got bone dice, so I'm gonna ask Thorkel if he wants to do some gambling.
Get some dice. He's getting close to the puppets.
Yes.
Oh no.
No, I thought I had bone dice
Which
to
dice
begin
set
with.
do we want to use?
I had a dice
Well,
set.
no, I chose a dice set in the beginning as one of my things I had,
Oh, I got one.
but I don't see it anymore.
Technically, you still have Pogs in the bag in his wagon.
Yeah.
He might be.
Maybe it's divine, not regular magic. That's why he couldn't tell.
Position check, probably.
Okay.
Or no,
Well,
he cast
you
magic
got bone dice, them, and I'll take. We'll use them.
or does divine still count as magic?
Next time.
They're magical.
Yes, but we don't know what they do.
If you want to roll,
Do we want to use them?
take it outside.
I don't know. I asked you what set dice.
Straight for the blue
I
dash.
don't know what they do. I want to use them. Like, I really want to use them. But I know that I don't know what they do. And I really don't want to risk it for the biscuit for these. Sorry, those biscuits ain't that good. We'll just use a normal set. Or wait. I don't got any dice around me. was gonna say I'm gonna flip a die and then we'll figure it out.
I will.
Hey,
A
Tyler.
10 by me.
What are we playing
Yeah.
again?
Shut. I meant to say flip a coin.
Hey,
Okay.
Tyler.
Have a coin.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Brian, odds or evens?
Odds.
Okay. Okay, we use the normal set. I don't know. I just thought, I don't know. I forgot the rules of Myers dice, but
You guys could just do sleight of hand competitions, I guess.
Oh, no, I actually have a.
That's all it is.
I thought Pog was the tree at dice. Side of hand stuff.
I don't know. I just thought it'd be a interesting little thing to do. But
I'd say for the sake of like quick, sleight of hand, see who rolls better.
I'll bet 5 gold.
Hank, I saw that.
Okay.
Wow.
I just got 7 gold.
Wow.
Well,
It was close.
when I say that you guys make your camp, you do the things you want to do around camp. If you want to hang out with some of the giants inside the feast hall, they mostly just kind of hang around and eat and drink really, really poor quality beer. But some of them also like have they have like really big armor, obviously. But for this entire time, you do notice that Betty is not to be seen.
She wants to commit suicide.
I'm gonna be right back.
Tara's gonna commit suicide too.
Look around and try to find her.
Make a perception roll.
She's 18 feet tall, Joe.
17.
You're wandering around a giant town, essentially.
I'm really looking forward to.
Well, the two of you eventually find her out on what appears to be a dock they've built on the back. Just kind of sitting out, looking out in the water.
What you thinking, Betty?
She, like, somewhat startles, looks over her shoulder, realizes that you're there. And the whole reason I was doing this was trying to protect the one brother I still had. I don't know what I'm doing now.
Well, you're queen, whether you.
Oh, I queen. I already stated.
You're the leader.
What I miss?
Xenophi and Titus went off to go and find Bed.
You're the leader.
Um,
As it stands now, if you guys remain together, aren't you all family? I know it's different, but imagine the kind of pain that pain you're feeling now. It must be pretty easy to imagine that others could lose their brothers if you hadn't stepped in.
This is all one village, but the only ones I was actually related to are now gone. On top of that, like I mentioned earlier, seeing that I'm the only of the female persuasion around here might make things kinda awkward.
Are you thinking you might go off on your own?
Well, like I said before, I don't wanna... It's gonna be a problem if everyone stays here, especially seeing as they ain't got no good way of getting food for themselves.
Or anything we can do to help you?
Nothing I can think of.
give her the bag of bounty. It's a little bit of food.
Pretty sure Brian's character has that right now.
No, other than Tyler still had it.
No, I gave it to you.
You pulled it out less, I remember. Ryan, you used cooking utensils.
I didn't do terrible, so I just took my head in there.
No, I gave it to you. You got the bag of bounty.
And
Betty starts to stand up from where she was sitting at the end of the dock. If we do decide to stay here, we're gonna need to find a way to get food, and I mean properly. I don't want no more of that stealing from farmers and villages business.
I'm not there. I was gonna say something, but I'm not there. I was gonna say that you guys could probably tell her that she could try to talk to the farmers and stuff and work out a mutual agreement.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing.
I figured you were. And probably Kelly was too.
I was thinking fishing.
Close enough.
I don't know. Maybe they could handle nets. Sure, Betty could, but I
I
don't know.
think the chef could. Boinker and Boinker. They got at least 2 brain cells.
I've never fished. That would be
I fished. Not with the net. It was a fishing pole.
No, my characters never fished. Oh, ain't a lot I've done. Oh,
Not that much stuff we talk about.
well, you could. You're big and strong. I mean, you could offer trade and services. It'd be slow going at first, but until then, maybe you guys start fishing. No, you probably run out of. Honestly, the way you guys eat, you probably run out of fish real quick. Destroy the ecosystem and whatnot.
One meal, there we go. All the fish in the lake are gone.
Yeah, you guys do remember that part of the thing is that them just eating what like naturally occurs around them, wildlife-wise, with this many in one place would absolutely devastate the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm. That's why setting up trade with the farmers and
But the need is tofu.
bunch of vegetarian giants.
Right. Nothing left of the fish there. Be gone. Those vegetables. I don't know about giants. They ate them all.
Yeah, imagine trading labor for be your best option. Even though it'd be difficult going at first because, you know, giants and people.
I suppose it's something we could try. It's not like we got any better ideas. I'm not gonna get anything good out of anyone in there.
Well, I mean, help you negotiate, break the ice, so to speak.
And at this point, I'm gonna need all the goodwill I can get. I highly doubt anyone your size take kindly to trading with someone my size. Both of you actually know for a fact that there are established trade agreements with the Cloud Giants.
Betty, I know for a fact. There was trade agreements with the Cloud Giants. So if they could do it, I bet you could do it.
Well, I ain't never met no Cloud Giant, but I get a feeling they do things differently than we do.
I mean, yeah, maybe, but a trade agreement's a trade so we could work that out.
Then again, on the topic of giants, there was something. There's been a lot of weird things going on lately.
Tell me about it.
Well, first and foremost, our priest here, before he up and left, was saying that the order is going to be changed.
Order of what?
I guess the way the giants run things.
Did he say where he was going to?
No, he just up and left, said that the time was finally coming, and things weren't going to be the way they was before.
Yeah, apocalypse is about to happen.
The only thing I know for sure was, after talking with him for a while, the queen got in her head the idea that she could make hill giants be on the top of the order. And she figured the best way to be in charge was by being bigger than any other kind of giant.
What are your thoughts on that?
I didn't listen too closely to anything that their priest said, so, but if it's true, things are changing, that would explain some of the other, giant rumors that I overheard.
What?
Well, one of the boys that came in over from the West Coast rounds after hearing about the big old village that we built here said that there were a bunch of them them cloud giants came down and got into a scuffle with one of the lords, one of them little human lords you guys got. Said there was an ancient artifact in town and it belonged to the cloud giants.
Did he get it?
Don't know.
You don't have any idea what that artifact was, do you?
No idea. It was, like I said, a rumor from one of the boys that came in from the West Coast.
Gonna might have anything to do with the giant we saw in the forest? These rumors?
Oh, maybe. Like I said, things are happening. At least according to the priest.
Never trust a priest.
Well,
It's really from told.
disturbing news, which means you actually got two things to offer manual labor and information. whenever it passes through.
Anyone can ask for rumors.
There's always a bit of truth in rumors. And the syntax of rumors can save a lot of people.
Still, you two should know better than I do. You get to go into them big cities and whatnot. Rumors are everywhere.
Sounds like
Daddy, there are times where you could trust Giant much more than you could trust man.
I trust neither.
Probably just because half of them are too dumb to lie to you.
Which one's the giants or the man?
You're technically not there.
I'm to do with the giant town.
I'm there in spirit.
At least you know what they want, I suppose.
I have really good hearing.
Poor smell.
Sorry, you guys gonna do anything else? Then?
Nope.
I don't know.
I'm good.
what do you say, Joe?
If anyone was gonna do anything else.
No.
If that's the case, you guys make camp for the night. The night passes uneventfully, though you do hear relatively, oh, not uneventfully. You hear them go till about 11 o'clock at night, having a bit of a ruckus, drinking and eating, and at least all the menfolk are celebrating their new leader,
That's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
because there's only one women folk.
Not a good sign.
But morning comes, and as you guys are packing up, you're putting your camp away, Betty comes down and out of the feasting hall. Well, I spent a night thinking on it, and if we ain't got nothing better to do, may as well go try and talk to them farmers. Figure I'll follow you till we get there.
Sounds like flyby. I think we should head there straight away then. Can't imagine food's gonna last very long.
Do we have like addresses for these farmers, or do we have to go into town and like hook up?
You definitely do not have addresses beyond the name of a town. The only place that actually has street names is major cities.
So we can't call them up on their cellular phone? See,
You got a southern accent too?
I did that on purpose.
But no.
Yet you still did it.
Oh, that looked good. Ah, whoops.
Concern.
Why are you concerned?
What looks good?
This recipe I'm looking at.
Too, of course.
It's chicken with an orange honey glaze wrapped in bacon.
Orange chicken. Bacon.
Well, no, it's you just take some little bit of orange juice, honey, and paprika, and then you put some ham and some Swiss cheese in it, roll it up, and then wrap it in bacon. It's not orange chicken.
It's orange juice.
It's orange juice. And then you shove a stick through it. Oh, that looks good. So let's see,
Probably heading to Harkin.
where are we, like, relatively, Joe? Okay,
You're up on
which
the
one?
side of the mountain.
This one?
You're right around here on the side of the mountain,
Okay.
where they've built a dam around each side. I mean, it's nowhere near the lake at the bottom of the mountain, but they've dammed up a lake up here that apparently used to run down into the lake at the base.
So, yeah, so this is a lake near there.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Okay.
big lake.
So, I mean, yeah, they're close to Harkin, but they're also still pretty close to Fandolin.
What's bigger?
You fail. Is it Harkin the cursed one when people keep dying?
No, that's Fandolin. That's where we all kept dying.
Fuck Fandolin.
Harkin is where the base of operations for the Iron Legion is.
Darn it.
Oh, that's the illustrators that way. You know that I need you guys.
Or maybe in the long run we take over the Iron Legion and fight against the giants. Yay!
Look, we fight against the giants. We just helped the giants, Kelly.
Giants, yes, but there's other type of giants that are still trying to like take over.
Oh,
Okay. You weren't very specific there.
You were. I just heard
Alright, time.
take over the kill
We
the
just
giant.
helped the giants. Now let's kill them.
We incite our giants into a revolution of sorts.
We need to get all the giants to do one better.
So what's the plan, Dan's?
Going to seek agreements with farmers.
Their pastures.
So, Fandolin?
Yeah, I feel like Fandolin would have better luck just because we have better connections there rather than Harkin. Yes. But at the same time, Harkin is the base of operations for the Iron Legion. So we'll probably have a lot more trouble there.
Fandolin should also start seeing more travel now because with the discovery of the Wave Echo Cave.
Yeah.
Though I'm not sure if they've gone public with that. I do remember them talking about starting work on it though.
Yes. So with the Dwarf Brothers being there and kind of having that as it's kind of their base of operation going through, I'm guessing.
So long as if we proposition the farmers right now with free, it's essentially not free labor, but it's cheaper labor.
And we could talk to the Dwarf Brothers about kind of hiring some of the giants to do some more of the manual labor in the cave.
I don't know if they could fit in the cave. I guess they could expand the entrance.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty big in the cave. I don't know I don't remember. It was just a thought.
Yeah, it's a good thought, but
Good thought. So, to Fanlin, it's been a while.
All right, are you gonna cut straight cross country, or are you gonna try and get back to the road the way you came?
Cross country.
I don't have any. Well, we had a wagon, didn't we?
You do have a wagon.
Cross country.
With a wagon.
You can do it. It's just not going to speed you up any now to have the, the horses and whatnot. If you go cross country, those only speed you up if you're on roads.
It's only
It's only
25 feet.
Yes.
I can get there with just one movement action.
Well,
No, it's going to take you going cross country from the opposite side of the mountain. Especially, are you going to cross the mountain itself, or are you going to go to the base and go around the mountain?
I mean, I would figure we'd go to the base and then go around. Okay.
We can just do it. Climb the mountain.
Also, you know for a fact that if you get to Wave Echo Cave, there is a poorly kept, but nonetheless, path from Wave Echo Cave back to Fandolin.
I mean, I guess if we go there, we can see if the Dwarf Brothers are there. And kind of check in with them.
I'm gonna get your books found.
Yeah, I can get in the books.
alright then, it's the best course of action. Way back home to Fandolin.
All right. Well, traveling from... Also, seeing as she never told you the proper name of their little village, she tells you the name of their village is Grudhaug.
Grudhaug.
Grudhaug. It's giant, and it translates as mud hut.
Kind of figured.
Gianties.
I mean, I did read the name because I'm guessing the name was at the top of the map.
Yep.
I was looking at that. I'm like, to the dwarves.
All right, it's gonna take you 2.5 days to get to Wave Echo Caves. And much like before, things aren't willing to attack you when you've got a giant in your company.
Damn straight. So wait, is it just Betty coming, or is any
Just
other giants coming? Just Betty?
She doesn't trust anyone else when it comes to diplomacy.
Yeah. It's
Maybe Oinker and Boinker, but she needs to leave them there to keep things straight.
That's a smart idea.
So you guys travel your 2.5 days, and you make it to the entrance to Wave Echo Cave. And the first thing you notice is they've it looks like a proper mine entrance now, and you see people heading in and out of it.
Like,
You get a lot of
people.
looks, humans,
Humans?
apparently, but you get a lot of looks as you approach in the company of Betty.
Hey guys, it's your boy, Titus. What up? Anyway,
That's where Broccoli died. Yeah. Droop. So we get to the cave.
All right, like I said, people are gawking. Several of them stop. They're all staring at Betty.
She is quite a sight.
Won't deny that fact.
how are the Rock Seeker brothers at? That was not what they were, the Rock Seekers.
Eventually, one of them stops gawking and says, "Yeah, well, they're back in town. They check in once in a while, but the offices haven't quite been cleaned up yet in here, so We're still working there.
To the town.
How's production?
Well, the mines themselves have been opened back up for the most part. Still the odd critter wandering around in there, but otherwise not too much of an issue. There was a really big square slime. It's awful.
I guess I hate them too.
So, I feel like.
Woman.
I feel like they probably wouldn't be talking about this kind of stuff to people who I'm guessing they don't know us. So it's like, would they really be like talking about all this stuff to people they don't know?
Would they really be holding out information on people they don't know who are traveling with a giant and are armed?
Yeah, it's no secret that the mines have opened back up and business is booming, so to speak.
Yeah. Carry on.
Then we'll be on our way into town to see the boss.
Hey guys,
This is
nobody died this time.
After like another 2 minutes, eventually someone walks out of the mine and he appears to be slightly better dressed. You guess he's probably one of the like managers or equivalent.
Foreman?
Yeah, foreman is just like, what's the hold up?
Oh, thank you. I know I have that effect on people. But anyway, we gotta go.
He's staring straight over at Betty.
That was me.
Everyone's staring straight at Betty.
I mean, if that's what you're into. But,
Well, now that you're back on somewhat of a road, it'll only take you a day and a half to get to Phandalin. So you travel for the other half of your day, and then make camp at the very edge of this the forest there, and then after one more day's travel, you make it to Phandalin, where you are once again welcomed, and even Betty, because they recognize her as part of your party, essentially.
How long has it been since we've been in Phandalin?
Yeah, about 2.5, 3 weeks. Yeah, over 3 weeks at this point.
Because, I was going to say it's been over 3 weeks because when we went to Marienburg, Andre bought that pass. And then it was quite a while before we returned and it was already due. I'm just trying to... Yeah, so I'm just trying to like figure out timeline stuff.
Yeah, it's been, just over a month since you were last in Phandalin.
Okay.
But everyone still recognizes, and I mean, it's pretty hard not to recognize that.
It's the people that give out gold and money.
Also, you immediately noted there's a lot more people in town.
We did good by this town. At least you guys did.
What up, my people?
Oh, the whopping 2 people.
The boys, tied at the Thorkel, here to make waves once again.
I guess somebody has one that died but isn't around.
And of course, my main girl Allie.
People are even happy to see Allie.
Better be.
It is his main girl. No.
Everyone's made it back to Phandalin, and the people are happy to see everyone, even Betty and Allie.
Yeah. Alright. First thing we do is head straight towards. They're probably with the mayor.
I was gonna say, I don't think they have like an actual place in town that we know of.
So you head to the mayor's office. You enter, and you just go, "Oh, it's been a while. I wasn't expecting to see you back." And he kind of glances out his window and goes, "Oh, yes, well, wow.
You know,
Is she?" He shakes his head. Never mind.
You already know what we're about.
That's what you said. Not me. But yes, I must agree.
Anyway, we're actually here on business.
Yes, how may I help you?
Well, we know the Rockseeker brothers got to doing construction work on the cave, as well as Phandalin's starting to see a lot more traffic. Lines are opened up.
Yes, the Rockseeker brother. Looking for Gundren and Lundro.
Are they here with you?
No, they've actually set up a office in town.
We'll stop by and see them as soon as we're able. Is there? There's a thing like head farmer.
Oh? Why would you need to speak to? But I don't even know if there is such a concept as that.
Oh, I was actually asking out of character because I wasn't sure if there was a term for it. But, well, remember that giant problem?
She looks out the window. Yes.
That's not a problem. Anyway, turns out it was a whole lot worse than we thought.
Excuse me. Please define worse. Should I be concerned?
Not what happened.
No.
Just like we handle everything else around. Turns out giants actually were massing up, and they have a town built up, or a village built up in the mountains. Yeah, the hill giant, so you can kind of guess what would have happened if they were allowed free reign. However, thanks to Betty and our intervention, their queen is ousted, and now Betty, the giant outside, sits as leader. They're looking for a way to make, well, essentially an honest pay. We were hoping to come to some sort of trade agreement between giants offering labor to increase protection of fields of farmers and get some of the food.
What you're saying? You found a bunch of hill giants that want to work for pay.
Yes.
But it's good.
Very interesting proposal. I've ever heard of anything like this ever happen.
Cantrip.
I thought they said catnip. Catnip for versatility. Yes.
I suppose at least something could be worked out. I have to speak with the farmers first, of course.
Of course. Do what you need to do. We gotta see the Dnd brothers. You meet back here tomorrow?
Sure, I should be here.
I need a map. Don't know where to go.
I don't know if there's like a guy that knows magic items in this town.
Maybe now, but there wasn't before.
I was about to say the only-
of.
I was gonna say the only one that could really do any magic kind of stuff was Lady Gariel. Did I get her name right?
Did more or less.
Yes. It's been a month, so
That could be longer for us.
So you guys leave, go back out. But yes, so how'd things go?
They're open to it, actually. And the mayor's gonna talk with the farmers and see if some sort of arrangement can be made. Till then, we are going to stop in with the owners of the mine that we passed by and see if they might also take some labor in terms of extra return.
Sounds like a plan.
So let's go. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. We know most of the village, at least.
I was gonna say where they're located.
You actually see several buildings have popped up since you were last here. They're
I don't see any buildings.
and mine, Tyler, leader of the mine. But yes, people have been building. They've been construction.
Any new like shops?
No, you don't see shops, but you do see that there appears to be more of a clearing now in the center of town, that they've made more room, and it looks like there's a bunch of stalls that currently aren't in use.
So set up our own trade system here, yeah.
We could set up our own food stall. And it wouldn't cost us anything
The one in
other
the
than renting the stall.
pay that back in no time.
5 copper pieces.
Regardless, you do see that in front of one of the it's one of the few stone buildings now in town. It's a 2-story building, whitewashed stone and blue shingled roof. Definitely one of the nicer buildings in town. And in front you see the sign of a pick and it says Rock Seeker Offices.
Well, we enter.
You go in, you hear the little bell ring when you open the door. There's a female dwarf sitting at a desk. She appears to be some kind of receptionist.
Is she bearded?
I was gonna say, how big is her beard?
She is unbearded. Well, you would actually know, it's very uncommon to find dwarves that are at least out and about within the realms to be bearded. It's actually a very tradition that's only really practiced still in their home country. And even then, it's falling out of practice.
He has to shave.
He does have to shave, but essentially the dwarves have kind of taken after humans quite a bit.
So does that mean that the Rock Seeker brothers are shaving?
No, they don't. It's only amongst the women folk. But it is specific. Basically, what's been adopted instead is women folk have plaits in their hair. And
Hair?
whereas... No, like the style of hair is plaited.
Yeah.
And whereas for dwarven men, the longer and more intricate the braids are in their beard is usually a sign of their status. For dwarven women, it is the style and the length of the plaits within their hair. But yes, you can essentially go to the dwarven lands and find the dwarven Amish folk, where even the women have beards.
And it's hard to tell them apart.
And they complain about not wanting to use any of these modern contraptions or whatnot. Refining ores into metals. We use rocks. Get by just fine. But yes, you enter, the bell rings, and the dwarven woman sitting at the desk greets you. Are you lot looking to put in for your employment at the mine?
No, we're here to see our old friends, the Rock Seekers.
Oh, you are familiar with our employers. Do you have a appointment? She starts flipping through the various papers on her desk.
We certainly don't, but we can set one up.
As you say that, you see Gundren step down the stairs and goes, no appointment is needed for these friends. They're the ones that helped us get back the mine. I'm having such a hard time not doing Scottish dwarves. My dwarves are not Scottish, but I'm automatically making them Scottish.
It's a Russian, aren't they?
Yeah, Russian.
Scottish Russian.
What was that?
Did you say that was Gundren?
Gundren.
What the hell was that? Gundren, you beast! How are you?
Good.
It's on whatever accent he's talking to.
See,
Business is good and so am I. Tell me, how have you been, Titus?
Glad to find you in fair health. As am I. We've actually come here to talk to you.
Oh, business. Well, any business that you bring is probably good business.
see,
It's taken a little bit of an investment, but I am sure that the payoff is going to be grand once we get the fortunes going again.
Well, you let me know how that goes. I trust you do good work.
I don't do the work. I pay people to do that.
Oh my god.
Titus.
yeah.
Titus emulates whoever he's talking to.
I certainly
So-
do.
It's perfectly a character for Titus.
Anyway, let's get to business. So, have you been hearing about the hill giants about a month ago?
Yes, I heard a lot about the hill giants. I heard they're eating all the food, taking cattle from the farmers. Those poor farmers.
Yes, about that. We've actually kind of fixed that problem, but a new one is arising. You see,
Hill giants?
I think we've had a few, but Give
Make
me-
a history check real quick. I'd say Zanafia as well. She's familiar with giant hill breathing.
No.
So both of you know that dwarves and giants have very bad history together, and especially hill giants.
ooh, ha.
You know that a favorite sport of hill giants is essentially rugby, but they use dwarves as a ball.
Wow, I wish you would have told us to make this history check sooner, Joe.
I suddenly realized where you were going with this.
He started.
Yep. Can't stop now.
Also, hill giants very much dislike dwarves because, according to their most ancient legends, the dwarves are the ones that enslaved giants. Specifically hill giants, because hill giants were originally the kindest of all giants, and were just willing to help the dwarves mine for gold and everything.
This is different. Let's give it a shot.
The hill giants just wanted to get along with their friends. But the dwarves were so greedy that they enslaved them, but the hill giants didn't have a concept of enslavement. So they just worked thinking that their friends were not the best of friends, but they were just different friends.
Anyway, as I was saying, we kind of solved the problem. The previous leader was ousted, and the new one seeks to make amends and serve her people in a better way.
You're saying you've got the hill giant that you help them perform a coup?
That would be essentially it, yeah.
I'm not sure where you're going with these.
Anyway, the point is, they need food, and we're hoping that they can work out an agreement with the farmers here.
You're working with the hill giants.
To prevent them from causing a natural disaster.
Left unchecked, they probably would.
Well, there's a very easy way to check them.
To kill them, yeah. I knew it was gonna go there. Yeah. Would have been cool if we had these checks earlier.
I can get back.
What is it exactly that you want? I trust you, Titus. You helped me get back my mind. And I'm hoping that you will make me a very wealthy man.
They want to trade. To feed themselves.
And what exactly do giants have to trade?
Hard labor. Oh god, I'm just selling them back into slavery.
Yep.
You're saying that you've convinced a bunch of hill giants to work for you?
That would be the gist of it.
Oh, this ain't going well.
Starts rubbing his beard. They would make clearing the caves much easier.
If it was under fair employment. Back in
Honest
fact,
wage
on-
for honest labor.
Zanafia starts forming a union.
The Hill Giant Union.
I do say that too. I say labor for honest wage.
I'm willing to pay them, I guess. What exactly do giants do with money?
buy food.
If you use their wages to buy food, they'd be happy.
What do you use your money for?
It's very obvious. I've invested it in the mine.
You put more money in there's just to get more money out of it. I don't know.
Not mine yet. I had a lot of people.
It is beautiful, actually. It's coming along quite nicely.
Yes, it is.
In fact, I'd say it'd actually be quite cheaper to.
We can hire the giants on the cheap. I like this plan.
I don't think that's what he was going for.
Well, considering giants aren't paying taxes, they don't need to make the full wage to pay those taxes.
Yes, but one giant can do the work of at least 10 men.
Are you saying that out loud, Titus?
I
Yeah.
hope to God not.
No, not. Not saying that out loud.
I don't really see a problem with it. Like, if they put enough money into food, they're only paying for food. At some point, you
Live somewhere, right? Like, they have to make repairs or like upgrades.
at some
Hill giants are people too.
you understand that they don't actually use money to themselves. They're just eating, and they're at a lake. They can drink water
Then why are we trying to keep a trade agreement?
for more food. 'Cause otherwise, they're just gonna take the food.
Yeah.
So you're saying that is a handful of hill giants that want to come down from their mountain to work to buy food.
That's exactly it. The leader doesn't want them causing any more trouble, and they're prepared to offer.
And you can vouch for their leader then, Titus.
I would
Yeah,
say
so we've actually traveled with her for quite some time. She's not your average hill giant.
I would say we should have Betty and Gundra talk.
If they hate each other, I don't know. I mean, she's outside if you want to speak to her.
Oh, their leader is where? Oh, let's just see what they'll do. And with that, he starts walking outside.
Yeah, I'll go with them.
As the door opens, Betty assumes that it's you guys walking out and says, "So how did things go?" Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Pretty cheeks.
Gundren is no, that's Betty. Gundren is the only person who has walked out and not been like immediately dumbstruck by Betty. Well, I must say that you're bigger than I thought you were. I'm switching to backwards, like Irish.
Oh yeah, you
No, you're bigger than I thought you were going. Still doing Irish.
Yes, you are.
Bad Joe. I had to spray you with it.
just talk normal.
Bigger than I thought you were going to be. So you're in charge now. And they start having a conversation, and Betty explains how she's aware that having so many giants in one location is going to have a bad effect on the ecosystem and such. To which point Gooden starts to lean over towards Titus, and you didn't tell me she was smart.
I did tell you she's not like other hill giants. She's been raised different.
Clear, you saying that?
But he leaned over to me, so I imagine I just told him. And the same volume he said it to me, I guess.
Okay. Eventually, Betty gets to the point of, the boys up there are willing to work for, well, probably dirt in all honesty, but the most we want is to make enough to be able to eat, and more importantly, get enough to make it through the winter.
The wiener?
The winter.
The wiener.
Wiener. I love it. Stop mocking him.
Yeah. If that is what you're trying to, I'm still not sticking to any one accent.
Giants have that effect on people? Sorry.
No, it's only
If you don't gotta work, then I can provide. But it's not going to be easy work.
Or like a bot? Not bot.
German,
Bot.
that'd be German.
What are we doing?
Or potentially Transylvanian.
Yeah. Where's my drink?
Yeah. Betty essentially responds, they're strong, not smart. They can do.
Hard work makes honest pay.
Well, if that's what they're going to do, then I'm sure he can work something. And I'm switching to German.
Yep.
Got it.
That is true. They work out a verbal agreement of, the hill giants working the mines, at least a handful of them, primarily in moving large boulders and things like that. But obviously they can't get into the mine
Yet.
but they start carting out stuff as they expand the mine, and having the giants at the outside being able to unload those carts will make things much easier.
Oh god, we created a economic power vacuum. This mine's gonna get so big, everything else is gonna go out of business.
So what?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if one place gets too big, the surrounding areas
You know. Oops.
So after they work out their agreement, Gundren turns back to Titus. So, was that all that you needed to work out then?
Actually, no, because Edstay here has something to give to you.
I was gonna say,
Turns out,
I
that's
step,
what I mean?
I step forward and pull out the 2 books I still have.
Ooh. These are
And
very
then do it.
interesting. The one book is the ancient dwarven book on engineering, Yes, some interesting designs in here.
They are yours. I will give them to him.
Well, thank you very kindly. I cannot simply take these. You deserve some kind of reward. These are dwarven history here. I'm sure there are not any copies anywhere in the land other than the great libraries of the Empire and perhaps back home.
I'm just gonna tell him whatever he thinks you're worth. I will accept.
Roll a D100.
A D100.
So we don't do a lot of business. We just make things happen. Oh.
Okay, well, you know.
You're carrying a pistol, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
It goes off.
He points at your pistol and says, "You know how to use that, right?"
I kind of do a shrug.
Yeah. If you did it, you have something that might be of use to use in.
Shh. Sure.
Yeah, he goes inside, and he beckons for you to follow him.
I follow him.
He heads upstairs, and he beckons you to follow him even upstairs to an office where he unlocks a cabinet in the back, rummages around in there, and then proceeds to pull out a bag, which he hands to you.
I grab the bag. I shall look in the bag.
We were testing some of the forages to see what was possible to do, but the magic flooding through them is not very strong right now. We will have to recheck the ley lines, but while we're experimenting, this is one of the excess products that we're able to make. And inside are 10 shots, 10 bullets, essentially.
Okay.
Are they magic bullets?
They are magic. He essentially explains in less meta way that they are +2 ammunition.
What does that mean?
As long as he's firing with those, he gets +2 to his roll.
They do damage.
2 to hit, +2 to damage.
2. Okay. I thank him, and I put them in my bag.
Yeah,
They were already inside.
yeah, they were.
Well, I put
What's
them
that
in my
bag?
bag.
What the bag in the bag?
All right. So, you guys have, at the very least, set up a verbal contract between Gundren and Betty, and the mayor is going to try and gather some of the farmers to set up some kind of agreement.
We saved the city.
I was about to say, we went through 2 encounters, and one of them we didn't do anything, and the second one we still really didn't do anything other than Xanathia.
Peaceful night.
So Xanathia is the MVP of this D&D session. Good job. You earned it.
Suggestion from the hive mind.
Would also like to say that we should explain to both Gundren and well, he probably understands already, and we do talk to the farmers that the giants should eat something before they start working, or bad things.
Mighty yummy.
So, you still said that there was nobody in town that could identify.
Make. You want high or low?
Go high.
As you head back out, you see that at least 2 carts have rolled up to that area where the stalls are set up, and you see them somebody walks up to both stalls, and some money is exchanged, and they head back towards the mayor's office, and you see people setting up stalls, and one of them appears to specialize in not necessarily magic items, but like writing a scroll.
I'm gonna go up to him and ask. 1 second.
He can sell you scrolls of identify.
I'm gonna ask him what his wares are, what he sells.
Well, I must try, but that's not license in magic scrolls. I can write up a scroll with various spells, at least if I know them.
Can you write a scroll of identify?
As it so happens, I can.
How much would it cost?
those work exactly? Does it only work on one item?
Mhm.
We would need a few.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking what the cost would be.
But it's going to be roughly, I'd say at least 550 gold per.
Oh, I mean, it is convenient, which is why it's so expensive. And also imagine it's not necessarily a common ability.
For those.
Only if you're a bard or wizard.
All right.
Let's see, that would be how much platinum?
It's 500.
5.
I'm not thinking right now, Fish. Shut up. 50.
It
Oh,
would
that's
eat
much.
his fingers, but not only broccoli.
Yes.
Know how to use
Let's see, that would be, would be,
for the item or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
okay.
Well, I'll wait for Tyler to do it.
I'll take, I'm just trying to figure out how many. I'll take 2.
Very well.
So that'll be 100.
1,100 gold. Or
100 platinum.
110 platinum.
110. You said it was,
1,100 gold.
550 per.
oh, 550. Okay. So it was 110 platinum. Okay.
He hands over 2 scrolls of identify.
Are you happen to sell scrolls of resurrection?
It's not my specialty, I'm afraid. The church has a monopoly on those.
I figured it.
I'm also gonna ask him like what kind of attack scrolls he has, like
Defensive scrolls.
offensive. Yeah.
Well, currently, he has a couple scrolls of shield.
It's not offensive.
He has 1 scroll of cloud of daggers.
Okay.
He has 1 scroll of Melf's acid arrow.
I feel like I've heard that name from a Dark Alliance game.
And then he has 1 more scroll of ice storm.
Actually, spell.
Can he explain what they do to us? Or at least choose one they think is interesting and then ask to explain.
Well, ice storm obviously creates a storm of ice, causing all those within it to get pelted by hail and shards of ice and low visibility.
How much is the ice storm?
The ice storm is going to be 800 gold.
So 80 platinum. And now I got a question just for you, Joe. So I know you can like write spells and stuff, you know, as scrolls and stuff as higher levels. Are these just all base levels?
Yes, they're all at their base level.
Okay. I just wanted to. I think I'll also buy one of those scrolls.
He only has 1.
Okay. I will buy that one. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, yes.
All right, will that be all then?
Yep, that's all for me.
To identify scrolls.
Yeah, I want to.
I'm-
Use it on the conch shell.
All right, use it on the conch shell. The scroll activates, and then you don't learn anything other than it is very powerful magic.
So what was the point of a scroll for identify if it doesn't tell me what it does?
Obviously, the item is beyond the ability.
I want to use the scroll on my bracers
They are bracers of archery.
of archery.
You should be able to just add it from the compendium.
Yep. Bum. Items.
Okay, and then I'll use the other one on Trident.
It is a trident of fish command.
Okay.
Told you it was a stealth weapon.
Now you can be like Aquaman.
It has 3 charges. While you carry it, you can use an action and expend 1 charge to cast Dominate Beast on a beast that has an innate swimming speed.
I feel like that was meant to happen.
The poison sword!
Oh, but that doesn't work with me. Oh wait,
Why?
it does.
Actually, the braces archery shouldn't have any. It's just any ranged weapon.
Yeah, it gives me proficiency with long bow and short bow. It's like all I saw was that I'm like, damn.
You should already have proficiency. I was looking at it for the pluses.
The +2 to damage roll.
And you stop rolling 8s and start rolling 10s.
And it starts using magic ammunition.
Yeah.
Well,
And so now that that's in my inventory, that should automatically add that 2 to my damage.
As long as you dragged it over.
Yep, I dragged it over. It's in my inventory.
Make the attack quick just to make sure.
Okay. Oh, that. And then damage.
Plus
So,
3 and +2.
Yep.
roll the 8.
Oh, the 3!
Well, but it came out as 8.
That is my number, Joe, is 8. Like, 95% of the time I roll damage, it's 8.
I would say to the party, how about we have ourselves a trip down memory lane and throw yet again party at the tavern.
Woo!
Also, Tyler, the bracers require attunement, if you notice.
Okay, yep.
Well, we're gonna call it there because it's after 9.